3rd grade ELA, Textbook Folk Tales. So we're going to be reading Ming Moves the Mountains by Arnold Lobel. Here's a story about a couple who live by the side of a mountain. Do you see their tiny house down there? They hate that mountain. It's too close. It drops rocks on them and blocks out the sun. What do you think they'll do? Let's look for a clue about the story in the back cover. Says, "Husband," said Minglo's wife, "you must move the mountain so that we may enjoy our house in peace." So a couple lives beside a mountain that causes them lots of trouble. Rocks fall through the roof and shadows fall over their garden. But how can a man as small as Minglo move something as large as a mountain? Maybe the village wise men can help. So do you think a man can move a mountain? Let's read the story to find out. Minglo and his wife lived in a house at the bottom of a large mountain. They loved their house, but they did not love the mountain. So I wonder why Minglo and his wife do not love the mountain. Rocks and stone broke loose from the cliffs. They dropped down onto the house of Minglo. The roof was full of holes. Clouds formed on the top of the mountain. Heavy rain fell from the clouds onto this roof that was full of holes. The rooms inside were damp and drippy. When the sun did shine, it never warmed the house of Minglo. The mountain always cast a dark shadow. The flowers and vegetables in the garden grew thin and sparse. "This mountain brings us nothing but unhappiness," said the wife of Minglo. "Husband, you must move the mountain so that we may enjoy our house in peace." "My dear wife," said Minglo, "how can one small man such as I move a large mountain such as this?" "How should I know?" said his wife. "There is a wise man who lives in the village. Go and ask him." So Minglo's problem is clear. He needs to move a mountain. Let's see if the wise man can help. Minglo hurried to the village. When he found the wise man, he said, "I want to move the mountain that is near my house." The wise man thought for a long time. Wisps of smoke curled from his pipe. Finally he said, "Go home, Minglo. Cut down the tallest, thickest tree you can find. Push this tree against the side of the mountain with all your strength. This is the way that you will move the mountain." So do you think this will work? Let's see. Minglo ran home. He cut down the tallest, thickest tree that he could find. Minglo and his wife held tightly to the tree, running as fast as they could. They pushed the tree against the side of the mountain. The tree split in half. Minglo and his wife fell on their heads. The mountain did not move an inch. "Go back to the wise man," said the wife of Minglo. "Ask him to think of another way to move the mountain." Again, the wise man thought for a long time. Rings of smoke blew from his pipe. Finally he said, "Come home, Minglo. Take the pots and pans from your kitchen. Hold a spoon in each one of your hands. With these spoons, hit the pots and pans as hard as you can. Raise your voice in loud shots and cries. The mountain will be frightened by the noise. This is the way that you will move the mountain." Minglo ran home. He took the pots and pans from his kitchen. Minglo and his wife held a spoon in each of their 4 hands. They shouted and cried. They hit the pots and pans as loud as they could. They had a great noise. Flocks of birds flew out of the trees, but the mountain did not move at all. "Go back to the wise man," cried the wife of Minglo. "We must find a way to move the mountain." Minglo watched as the wise man thought for a very long time. Clouds of smoke billowed from his pipe. Finally he said, "Go home, Minglo. Bake many cakes and loaves of bread. Bring these to the spirit who lives at the top of the mountain. The spirit is always hungry. We will be happy to receive your gifts. He will grant you every wish. This is the way that you will move the mountain." Minglo ran home with his wife. He baked platters of cakes and baskets of bread. Together they began the steep climb of the top of the mountain where the spirit lived. They felt a strong wind as they struggled up the high cliffs. It whistled and howled. Soon the air was filled with flying cakes and loaves of bread. There was nothing left for the spirit, and the mountains did not move. Without waiting for his wife to say a word, Minglo went quickly back to the wise man. "Help me to move this mountain so that I may enjoy my house in peace," cried Minglo. The wise man sat in deep thought for a long time. There was so much smoke coming from his pipe that he could hardly be seen. Finally, he said, "Go home, Ming, take your house apart, stick by stick, gather all these sticks that are the place of your house, collect all the things that are your possessions, bind everything into bundles with rope and twine, carry these bundles in your arms and on the top of your head, face the mountain, and close your eyes." Having done all this, said the wise man, "You will step to the dance of the moving mountain. You will put your left foot in a place that is back of your right foot. Then you will put your right foot in a place that is back of your left foot. You must do this again and again for many hours. When you open your eyes, you will see that the mountain has moved away. This is a strange dance, Ming, but if it makes the mountain move, I will do it at once." So do you think the solution will work? Why or not? Ming ran home. He took his house apart stick by stick. He gathered all the sticks and collected all the things that were his possessions. Ming and his wife bound everything into bundles with rope and twine. They carried the bundles in their arms and the tops of their heads. Then Ming showed his wife how to do the dance of the moving mountain. They faced the mountain and closed their eyes. Carefully they began to move their feet to the steps of the dance. They each put their left foot in a place that was behind their right foot. Then they each put their right foot in a place that was behind their left foot. The neighbors saw Ming and his wife walking backward across the field with all their possessions. It was an odd sight, and they watched in wonder. After many hours had passed, Ming and his wife opened their eyes. "Look," cried Ming, "our dance has done its work. The mountain has moved far away." So, what is changing as Ming and his wife do the dance? So they're doing that dance. What's happening to them? Stick by stick, they rebuilt this house. They unpacked all the possessions and made themselves at home. Ming and his wife lived the rest of their lives under an open sky and a warm sun. When rain fell, it came down gently on a roof that had no holes. They often looked at the mountains that were small in the distance. There was happiness in their hearts, for they both knew that they had made the mountain move. Did they really make the mountain move?